Welcome to The Watching Dead, the officially unofficial podcast for The Walking Dead on AMC. I'm Jim.
And I am Aaron.
And we're talking tonight, right after watching it, about episode 8, season 5, entitled Coda.
Oh, yes.
What did you think of the episode where Beth dies?
I don't know. Because
not what you were expecting, right? Certainly.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I've made no bones that I have been preparing myself by expecting that this was just going to be a fiasco.
Yeah.
And I think I was right in a lot of ways. Like, for example, the Maggie thing. The Maggie thing was, an outhouse fire.
Yeah.
It's one down from a dumpster fire.
I don't see any way to redeem the past 2 seasons of not giving a shit. Like,
no, like someone on Facebook said their perfect description of that performance was in the middle where she found out she was alive. Mm-hmm. Was, oh my God, I do have a sister.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what it was. Like, oh, I got a puppy. And
pretty much.
So by the time my reaction when I saw her walking up through the hospital was like, yes, I want to see you suffer. Uh-huh. Maggie Green, I used to love you, but I want to see you suffer for being such a jackass about your sister. That's an impossible position to put that poor actress into.
Sure. Yeah. No, there was no way to bring that to a satisfying conclusion at all.
No. I mean, can you even imagine what that have been like? And I understand there's a couple people like, oh, it really affected me. Okay, great. I'm glad. But for me, I can only imagine what that had been like if she was showing a fraction of the concern that she showed for finding Glenn.
Yeah.
And have her be so optimistic because, like, after all, I found you and, blah. And instead, it's like I felt like they built her up for me to want to see knocked down instead of setting her up where we are with her, on that emotional journey. What do you think? You're laughing at me.
So I feel like a little bit of this is us kind of wanting to have our sweet comeuppance on the writers. I think like they try and pay off a big moment that we have been poo-pooing the whole time, and we say that didn't work because none of this was good. None of this had been built up, and you expect us to just go on the payoff alone, and that's not going to fly. And so we were kind of relishing the effect on us and the writers.
Did the Kirkman did he or did he not say
he did
that I've got something big planned and something's building? And understand that we just got the initial taste of that. Okay. And
okay.
And there's a whole back half of the episode where we can see Maggie grapple with this. And oh boy, we better see her grapple with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that what I've seen so far is a direct result of them just letting that thing go cold.
Yeah, and I don't think it's unsalvageable. You're right. In the aftermath, they can do a lot with Maggie. But that moment was certainly unsalvageable. The moment where she finds out, the moment where she's reunited, right? Like,
I can't think of a performance that she could have given, Lauren Cohen could have given, that I would have not been contemptuous of.
Yes.
And that's the thing. I felt sorry for her when it came because I'm like, oh, wow, they're actually going to tack this on at the end of the episode.
And to be clear, you felt sorry for the actress, not the character.
Not Maggie. I felt sympathy for this person that she's... And I don't know, because as the actors don't know. The actors don't know how this stuff is going to be pieced together.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, and she...
Well, she's got to be like looking through the scripts. Okay, this must be... Next page is the page where I say, oh, remember Beth?
Yeah.
And that page just never came.
No.
Right?
I mean, we literally haven't seen her. Like, some people are charitably considering that the voiceover we heard, the 5-second voiceover that Daryl gave about her status, was proof that she was concerned about her sister. I think that's very generous if you're a viewer to say that is adequate concern. Uh-huh. But for me, no. And that's the thing. They just dug that situation in such a huge hole.
Yeah.
But we need to move past this because we're going to talk about this, I'm sure, at great length in the main cast. And also, I want to praise some things that the episodes did right. For example, we as fans had a major win that Beth died and not Carol.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because I think a lot of people were going to be like, well, it's going to be Carol. She's in a wheelchair. And I'm not even sure that medically this all checks out, because you were the whole time like, what the fuck? She's awake? Wait, she's in a wheelchair? Her head's up? She's walking?
She walks out of that hospital.
24 hours ago, she needed the shot of life.
Both her legs are in air casts,
she needed tears harvested from Christ on the cross.
I'm surprised
that 5 cc's a minute dripped into her to get her to not die. And
now she's dancing out of the hospital.
Yes. But I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that as this is a bummer. I'm saying it's ridiculous.
It is.
But I'm so pleased that I want to give it a pass, because
Carol's a much better character.
Much better character.
Yeah.
And I was really getting bummed out knowing that we had less than 5, if you count Glenn, original characters left in the cast.
Yeah. And they were definitely setting us up for that switcheroo, right?
Yes.
Like they made the situation with Carol seem dire, and I bought it hook, line, and sinker, and I was like, oh yeah, my prediction is Carol's going to die this episode. They went the other way. They went the other way so extremely that I was kind of calling bullshit the entire time. But
yeah,
I felt a little bit, despite what Maggie was feeling, I felt a little bit when Beth died. I thought she had started to become more of a character in like season 4.
No, that's the thing. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Beth, too, because I like Beth. I'm a Beth fan. I think they really did the most they could do with that character. And I still have questions about exactly why things went down in the hospital the way they did. And I'm not being flippant about I'm bummed that Beth is dead.
Okay.
But it's so weird that it's such an overwhelming amount of relief that it wasn't Carol, too.
Yeah.
And that's weird, because I've never dealt with a death on the show where I was bummed out that person died. I genuinely liked them, but there was also an offsetting relief that someone else that I thought for sure had a target painted on their head. Like, I've never had that experience with this show.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't done the switcheroo to us before, right?
Right. It's always been fairly clear. Like, well, it's going to be T-Dog or Carol, and honestly, I don't care either way.
That's been the problem. You didn't care about any of the characters.
Or Lori's going to die. Good. We can have the Fiesta cast. We've been promoting that forever.
Yep.
Shane's going to die. Good. He needs to die. Plus, he's dead in the comic book like a million issues ago. So I haven't had that sensation where it could be either or, and they faked me out with it. So
yeah, I'm glad they did that.
That's why it's such a complex thing. This episode's really complex for me to unpack, because I've got my expectations, my fears wrestling against what actually happened.
And here's another thing where our expectations come into play. I expected an action-packed raid the hospital episode.
It was a lot more cerebral, a lot more Animal Farm.
Definitely. And it had moments of ass-kickery, like the beginning with Rick was just
running
off
that
the
guy
charts.
down and shut up. Oh, so badass.
But the rest of the episode just took this very even, mellow tone. And I was like, okay. Until we get to the end, and then you get like the ringing ears and everything like that. And just
it felt like, but it all felt inevitable.
Yeah.
Like, and I was even telling you halfway through the episode, I'm like, Beth's dead. Like, look at what they're doing with her. Look at they're talking about her jumping off the cliff or this elevator. She's dead, man. No, it's going to be Carol. But I felt like the whole episode was slow paced, but still watchable, because it just, everything felt inevitable. Gabriel, again, the mechanics of it don't really add up, and I freaking hate Gabriel. And I was screaming as they were dismantling their church defenses to let the city in. It's like, man, they're this close to having some really poetic justice happening.
Oh, yeah. Like, he wants back in. He's in the exact situation he put all of his churchgoers in before.
I kind of think it would have been amazing had he died with Carl and Michonne trying everything in their power to let him in. Like, it's almost a divine.
And then they watch him die through that hole in the door.
Yeah, or like he's getting ripped apart by the time they get the doors open, so they just have to shut the doors and listen to him scream. That would have been a powerful moment.
Sure.
I don't know what they're saving Gabriel for. I'm ready for him to be an interesting character now.
He's got a little dose of reality. He saw Bob's leg at Terminus and said, oh, Bob wasn't lying about his leg being eaten off.
Yeah.
You would think a guy coming back with a missing leg is proof enough, but no, he wanted to see it for himself.
Right.
And he did, and then he comes back and he practically gets eaten by the world. So
yeah.
Maybe he'll have a different tone. I was expecting Rick to come back and just assess the situation and be like, when I left, you guys were inside and the zombies were out here. What the
No, they
fuck
weren't
happened?
even out here. They were like a county away.
Yeah.
They were a good...
How did this happen?
Exactly. Walk me through it. And Michonne and Carl, the hangdog look.
Yeah, and do it slowly because I don't get it.
He's using dad voice on both of them.
Yeah.
You know, Carl, expected this from you, but Michonne, I'm disappointed. I'm just disappointed. Awesome. I thought you were better than that.
Yep. I don't know. Surprisingly little ass kicking, though, aside from Rick being awesome this episode. What did you think?
The sniper action.
Yeah, sniper action was kind of cool.
It just, I don't know. No, nothing came to fruit on that.
Yeah, they basically talked their way through the whole thing until... accidental killing of Beth.
Is it me, my imagination, or is Rick the biggest idiot? Like, does he insist on meeting at the supervillain's hideout for negotiations?
I don't know why Don would let him in to do this transfer.
I don't know why he would allow himself to go in. Like, let's go into the belly of the... He did the same thing to Vatos. Like, have you heard of a neutral location?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how if both sides don't trust each other, how you set up a neutral location and trust that it's neutral, right? Because like being outside of the prison, Rick and his group could set up a trap.
That's true.
And say,
I guess there is no neutral. But if I'm Rick, then why suggest? I don't know. Why go back to again?
Yeah, no, I'm with
you. Okay, maybe you've got something in the open that it's equal. You could set up traps, but you got zombies, so it's not like you can set up some finely tuned machine because I always got to count for them. And also, there's just as much time for you to show up early and scout the area as the other guy. So, like, I feel like that's still safer than his meeting in the supervillain's lair.
Yeah, I would think so.
Like, Superman doesn't conduct business with Lex Luthor at the Legion of Doom Hall.
Sure.
I'm just saying. No. Nor does he meet at the Fortress of Solitude. They, there's other places. There are dark alleys. There's parking garages, all kinds of things.
Indeed. What do you think of Morgan? How about that?
I don't know what to think of Morgan. I like Morgan. I like Lenny James.
Yeah.
I don't get the symbols. They're still hot that symbols, and
I like what they did with the map, though.
I guess it led the Terminite people unwillingly or unwittingly led them to him.
To the church, and then the map leads him to...
led them, and Lenny's on full-on, this is Providence mode. So
yeah, it's clear that they've left the church already when he shows up.
Yeah.
So now he's on their trail.
And he's just been alone for so long and has gotten clearly weird. Now he's, like, moved on from clear to Jesus. Yeah. He's converted from Scientology to Christendom. Hallelujah. I don't know. I mean, he's still a really cool idea for a character, and I have affection for him and his portrayal. So I'm all for that.
Yeah.
It's super weird that they started this season with him and then teased the end of the season with him. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I feel about that.
I wonder if he'll be met back up with him by the end of the season, end of next half of the season.
Yeah, and they do that shit in comic books all the time, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, to tease a crossover or something, like every 4 issues, someone will be skulking in the last frame. So maybe this is just homage to that way of storytelling.
Yeah, could be. All right, what else do you want to talk about? Anything?
I'm trying to think. Ultimately, now that we've seen the whole thing, the other big win for us fans, obviously, is the hospital is shut down.
Yeah.
Were there any people of note that they brought from the hospital? Did anyone come with them?
I don't think anyone volunteered in that scene.
Crazy. I thought that was crazy and a good opportunity to inject some new blood. Although we have a big group at this point.
Maybe they will. Did they exit at the end? I remember the very end.
They did.
I remember Abraham and everybody meeting back up at the church.
Right, and everybody came out. But no, I don't remember if they showed any new faces. And of course, we've only seen this once.
Yeah.
But I was taking I was interacting on Facebook during some of it, the end of it. So I'd like to see that again. Yeah. Because I don't want this to turn into the old and the sick and the young situation from the prison. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see that kindergarten cop crap again. But it'd be interesting to get a couple of really cool characters. Like, I think Noah's got potential.
Sure.
Noah feels like a guy could stick around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anything you want to talk about?
Nope. I think we're good until the full cast.
Okay. But yeah, I'm glad we did put it into the hospital situation. That's what I was going to ask you. So when all said and done, hospital storyline, success, failure, or push?
I still don't like how it was told, like in a single episode chunk, and taking us so far astray from what I considered the main storyline at the time.
Especially when everything got together and so linear these last 2 weeks, I feel like that was just a showy, stylistic choice that didn't really serve the storytelling.
Yeah, and it's telling that these last 2 episodes have been fairly highly rated by us, that maybe we're not fans of that style, or potentially that they just didn't pull it off quite as well as we wanted them to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess, it does what Walking Dead always does and hooks me at the end again into saying, okay, I forgive your sins and we're back to square one here. Yeah. Let's try again next season.
Yeah, I just think that a lot of I'm still looking for just a pure win set piece for The Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. Farm, ultimately I think that was a failure. The prison was a failure mostly because they just stretched it out.
Yeah, that first governor attack was terrible.
I think Terminus was a success. Mm-hmm. I think there's little quibbles of how they ended it, but that was a good use of
that was in and out, man.
In and out.
Yeah,
told a good story. Hospital just didn't quite get there. Had so much promise, and in the end, I don't even think they have a good idea of what cops are good, what cops are bad, what the pressures of Dawn was really facing, why she did the things she did.
Yeah,
there's a lot of sketches there, but not a lot made it to the screen. So I think ultimately it feels like the hospital was a failure too.
And I agree.
I'm still looking to see them kind of nail one of these set pieces, and I'm really interested to see where they go next too, because with the Kirkman remix mode, I really have no idea. Mm-hmm. Are they going to spend another season and travel? Or are they going to? I mean, that's going to be great fodder for the spoiler section. And
it seems like that's what Rick was wanting to do, right? Let's not hold up at this hospital. Let's keep going.
And I imagine there'll be a lot to talk about in the spoiler section, just because we now know. Us comic book fans have a better idea of where they're going, how the deck is shuffled, what might be next in season 5.B. So, I mean, next 2 weeks is all going to be talking about that. We got the spoiler section, the main cast, got the season wrap-up cast we always do the week after. Mm-hmm. So it should be pretty fun week. If you'd like to give us feedback, you can do so at watchingdead@baldmove.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/baldmove, on Twitter @baldmove, and also check out our spiffy new forums, forums.baldmove.com. That's all I got, Jim.
Okay, cool. And then that's it for this week, or actually tonight. We'll be back on Tuesday for a much longer version of this. Until then, I'm Jim.
I'm Aaron. See ya.